Hey, what's up guys, it's Code Strife 7 and today we're going to be discussing my top 5 tips on how to get global elite in Wingman and CSGO. Now, if you didn't know, for whatever reason, Wingman is, CSGO's 2v2 mode, and I found it a lot of fun personally. It's a good, warm-up game mode, in my opinion. It's also pretty challenging, a lot of people are pretty good at it, and, it's got its own ranking system. Now, I'm a former global elite in Wingman. I was global back from like late 2020 to about late 2021, and now I'm just Gold Nova Master because I stopped playing the game. But now that I'm back into it, I decided, you know what, let's get back to global elite. It's been a while. I think it's time for another road to global. And I've got a little over 350 wins, so I think maybe I'm qualified to talk about my personal tips on how I personally got to global elite in Wingman. And if I make any mistake in this video, I do apologize because it's my first tips video. But whatever, let's get into my tips. All right, now tip number 1: you want to queue with a good friend of yours. Solo queue is just atrocious, especially well, no, it's not always atrocious. You can get good teammates in solo queue, but most of the time I just have bad luck. I get pretty crappy teammates. So sometimes they're from fucking Europe. I'm in NA. And they'll just have like 400 ping and just start spazzing out and then disconnect every 5 minutes. It's really annoying. Or sometimes, you'll just get a total bot on your team that's not going to help you at all. And yeah, not fun. It's a pretty easy way to lose, unless the enemies are really that bad. So you want to queue with a friend of yours, that's skilled. Don't queue with a friend that's not very good at the game. If you want to play with them, just play on ranked. I know, yeah, but just queue with a skilled friend of yours, someone that you can synergize well with. Someone that's decent at aiming, pretty good at positioning. Which brings us to my second tip: aim and positioning. Wingman, it's mostly about aim and positioning. If you can aim well, if you're able to click heads pretty well, Wingman is going to be no sweat for you, as long as you have. Also, make sure you have good positioning, because if you have pretty bad positioning, it's very easy, for the enemies to just flash out, smoke, molly, get into you, and just swipe you down, just mow you down with AKs or M4s. Very easy for them to do it. If you need good tips for aim, go on YouTube, watch, how to get better at aiming. I use CSGO Hub and aimbots. I don't use AimLab or anything. I tried to use YPrac, Aim Trainer, but I get pretty bad FPS on it. It's the issue with the map. I don't know, man. I'll have to figure it out how to fix it. But yeah, aim and positioning. Once you've mastered, well, not mastered. Once you get pretty good at, those two factors, you should be all right. Now, tip number 3: don't queue for every map. Choose one, maybe 2 maps if you want, to play on and get really really good at. If you queue for all the maps, personally, I would only queue for every map for playing on ranked or something, just get good for practice. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. Cobblestone and Overpass are probably the sweatiest maps in Wingman. So personally, I would just play on 1 or 2 maps that you're really good at. Me personally, I like to play on Vertigo, and sometimes I'll play on Nuke, and maybe occasionally, if I'm feeling it, I'll play Short Dust. But mostly I'm just on Vertigo or Nuke. So that brings us to tip number 4, which is learn the nades for the map. Now, I have a really good it's not my video, but there's a video in the description. It's one I really like. It's top global Wingman Vertigo tips. I'll leave it in the description if you guys want to see it. But if you learn the nades, for the map you want to get really good at in Wingman, trust me, it's going to be a lot easier to win games, push out the site, get easy frags. It's going to be a lot easier. And tip number 5, this is the most important one: never give up. Trust me, Wingman, anything could happen. Let's say you're going 1 to 7. I've won games that were previously out of my favor, but once I start sticking in, no, excuse me, that's the wrong way to say it, but I put my mind into it, start winning games. Trust me, don't give up. All right, just play the game as usual. Ignore the scoreboard. Just focus on your performance. Don't worry about the score. Don't worry about the time. Or excuse me, you should worry about the time if you're on T. But just focus on your performance. Don't worry about your rank. Don't worry about the score. Just focus on your performance, and you will do good. I promise you. If you don't do good, it is what it is. Just take a break, come back if you want to. It is what it is, alright? Anyways, that's my personal top 5 tips on how to get global elite in CSGO Wingman. Hopefully you found this useful. If you have any questions, just leave me a comment. And if I made any mistakes, you know, just let me know in the comments because I am trying to learn. I'm always down to learn new things. And that's it. So I'll see you next time.
Rest. Amari! No way you hit global. No way you're global. Oh my, you're global. There's no way you're global, bro. He smelt the global. You smelt it. The kid was MG2 and gold.
He's scoring CS now. Scoring CS. Scoring CS. Scoring CS.
I hit L8 and you got